I was told to keep it short like me, but I learned from the best, right, Mr. Sawyer?
That's right.
So, I have the privilege to introduce Miss Sarah McGinnis Owens. Sarah was a very accomplished young woman while she was here at Michigan Center. A graduate of the class of 2004, Sarah was a varsity letter winner in track and cheer. She was a conference champion her sophomore, junior, and senior year, state qualifier in 2003 and 2004, and received all conference honors in 2003, 2004, and was all-state her junior and senior year. Sarah went on to graduate from Central Michigan University with her BS in elementary and special education. She also cheered at CMU her 4 years, finishing in the top 7 nationally. She has also earned her master's degree in science of human development at Central Michigan University and now teaches as an adjunct professor at Saginaw Valley State University. Once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. I understand also that she's been approached to continue her education and pursue her doctorate. As expected, they see in her what I also saw in her many years ago, the propensity for greatness. The reason we are here is because of what Sarah started in her years at Michigan Center. Sarah was what I like to call a firecracker. She was full of explosive material that could sit dormant for the longest time, but when ignited, she could create an explosion. The difference between her and so many other athletes was that she had this intangible something. Coaches would like to put a name to it, but it is that little extra that makes the difference between good and extraordinary. Sarah was a gifted athlete coming into the program, but some of the attributes that set her apart were her tenacity and her grit. These qualities I could work with, and I could push her to her absolute potential. This is what I hope for year after year from all of the groups of athletes. It only takes one or two to make an impact, and that's exactly what Sarah did. At the beginning of her career, I was a very green coach. We actually competed with a cheer that started out, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's supercards. Yes. Somehow, they still bought in and believed. And I was a proud coach of them, and we did it together. I bought them Superman shirts, and they wore them proudly, and they were very successful. They had something special going on, and I milked it. Sarah and her classmates were on my very first varsity team. We had worked our way through JV together and onto varsity. In my first year coaching, we had dreams and goals to make it to state finals. But first, it was a matter of winning a conference title. After a 1-point loss in the fall, we had a talk that went something like this. We will no longer lose a conference meet. We will only win, but we will win by annihilating our competition. Next season, we will not lose by 1 point. We will win by 100. It was a ridiculous number to throw at these kids, but however, I was super ambitious. The crazy part was that this group took up the challenge. Sarah was a huge part of that. She is an absolute born leader. There was no challenge that would go unmet with her in a leadership position. She was going to rise to the occasion, and better yet, she was going to take her team with her. And guess what? We won this next season. Not quite by 100, but by 90. Wow. So we went on the next year to state finals for her junior and senior year. And we had great placements for our first 2 years making it. Sarah has the charisma to lead, and I had her on my side and I was on hers. We were a great team that created an atmosphere where you aim to please your teammates and everyone contributed to the overall goal. Plus, teammates dare not tell Sarah or her classmates no. And when these athletes saw the potential in someone, they would help make that potential a reality. There was a freshman that was moved up on the team Sarah's senior year. during competitive season, and by the end of the week, she was a nervous little freshman and she was throwing her back handspring because they told her she could. That freshman is now one of my coaches, Tamara Wright, and she swears it was all because of Sarah. If it was not for her, Tamara said she would have never done it. That kind of push is exactly what we needed if we are going to even come close to our goals. Sarah herself did not always have an easy road. In my time with her, she had major struggles in life, but those never set her back. In fact, she let them fuel her. She was not going to sit back and take life lightly. She was going to tackle it head on. Every obstacle that arose was one more opportunity to find the bright side. If her brother couldn't do something, she was going to do it in his honor. If life threw lemons at her family, she was going to make lemonade for the world. Her perspective was always upbeat and positive. This is part of what has made her and always will make her a success in anything she pursues. Sarah does not know this, but the bar she set is still what is in place for leadership and work ethic in our program. Over the years, I have tried to seek out those common characteristics that Sarah possesses. The legacy the legacy she has left in this program is far-reaching. The grit she demonstrated has been passed down from team to team. Her leadership is what has been used as an example to this very day. The example was set and used by the first state champion team and those that followed. So not only did Sarah leave a legacy, she has become legendary. Now, thanks to this award, her legacy not only will live in our cheer program, but will be recognized as a stellar member of our Cardinal history. Thank you, Sarah, for all that you contributed to our program. This award is much deserved. I give you Sarah Owens.
Okay, Coach. Whew. Okay, I will start by saying as I tried to find my way into the building, it was super wonderful to walk down the hallway and to see all of the pictures that are still standing there after all those miles that we would run in the L format. Coach made us run miles every day before practice, and I remember looking at those pictures as I would run, and so it was really special to walk in and say, they're still here, and to walk in and see those huge posters of the state championship program that now exists is so exciting, both for the girls basketball team and the cheerleading program. But I just want to say I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm so humbled by this honor. It's completely unexpected, and I just feel very touched that I get to be included with such great company of some of the greatest Michigan Center alumni that we have. And I just want to, it's funny that I did not hear your speech prior. This was not planned. But one of the things that I wanted to mention when I was thinking about this was one of the things that I think this cheerleading program taught me, and what Tree Fry particularly taught me, reminds me of a quote that says, if you treat people as they are, you make them worse. If you treat people for who they could be, you help them to become everything they are capable of. And by all means, she did that. She looked at us and said, you are a championship team. And we kind of looked around like, who are you talking? We are? And she pushed that onto us, and we were able to achieve great things because of that. And so I'm so grateful for those lessons that were taught through that experience of knowing, even though it's never been done before, does not mean it's not possible, and does not mean that we can't achieve it. So I'm just so grateful for that. I'm grateful for my parents. They probably didn't think they still would be attending cheerleading events 30-some years down the road, and here we are. And they have been faces among many, 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 not only cheerleading events, but life events. And I'm so grateful to be able to have both of them there. For my husband, Steve, who did not get to experience high school Sarah, but he has experienced maybe some of the intensity and drive that Tree Fry mentioned, and he has kind of experienced what that is like, and he continues continues to encourage me and push me, and whenever I begin to question what's my next chapter in life, he continues to remind me that great things are possible. So, and my extended family that are here, I'm so grateful too for you for coming. Again, so many events of my life, you had been in the audience supporting and encouraging me, not just with athletics, but with life. And I'm so, so grateful for all of you. So, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be a part of this legacy. I might not be able to call myself a state champion, but I do get to call myself a Cardinal. And with that comes membership into a championship program. And that is just so exciting, and I'm so humbled to be able to accept this award. So thank you.